Fox Valley TV welcomes you to Plano High School, where we will be following exciting girls conference varsity basketball tonight against the Plano Lady Reapers and the Sandwich Lady Indians. We send you down to the PA announcer for the starting lineups.
Number 5, Ashley Geiling. Number 10, Rachel Gooden. Number 32, Maddie Robinson. And number 33, Emily Ness.
Well, starting lineups for the Lady Indians. Number 1, Marissa Fuchs. 5, Ashley Geilinger. 10, Rachel Gooden. 32, Maddie Robinson. And 33, Emily Ness. And here come your Plano Lady Reapers starting lineups. Well, rounding off Plano's lineups, number 3, Brady Gann, number 4, Riley Lukes, number 10, Kiana McGee, number 11, Ashantic Jones, and number 32, Shannon Tierney. And the Plano's team is led by Coach John Chernick. Sandwich's team is led by Coach Randy Malloy. And alongside me tonight is Evan Wiseman.
How's it going, Tom?
I think it's going good. It's in a very exciting game in conference, Plano against Sandwich, obviously, and I think we're going to be seeing a great game between both athletic teams.
That's for sure. Senior night here for Plano. I'm sorry. It should be very exciting. 4 seniors on Plano's starting 5, and everyone hopes to have a great game from the girls, but everybody involved as well, and I think that's what we are going to see.
We're definitely going to be seeing great basketball played. Ball gets tipped off by Maddie Robinson. Sandwich first with the ball. That was with Emily Ness trying to put it up as Maddie Robinson can't quite do that. Rebounding is Rachel Gooden, losing the ball, getting picked back up again by Emily Ness. Maddie Robinson snagging the ball out of the air, passing it to Emily Ness, picking up the screen by Brady Gann. Ball goes to Maddie Robinson, then to Marissa Fuchs. Over to Geilinger for 3.
Oh, stay Sandwich ball.
Well, ball gets put in. Robinson barely able to catch hold of that. Gooden to Robinson. Robinson across the court to Geilinger, barely holding on to it. Passing to Marissa Fuchs, who tries to put it up for 3 points, is off the backboard and rebounded by Ashantic Jones. Ball now to the 3-point line. That's Shannon Tierney, couldn't make that. Keeping the ball alive for Sandwich is Emily Ness, but the ball got snatched away by Riley Lukes. Brady again with the ball now. Passing it to Tierney. Ball goes up again by Lukes, can't make that. Tierney putting it up for 2, can't make that either. A lot of great rebounding play we see by Plano early on.
Well, so far the rebounding has been already something to be impressed by. Sandwich having a few offensive rebounds on that other end, and now Plano doing it on this end. Seems like it's going to be an offensive-heavy game.
It'll be very exciting to see, and at the line right now for Plano is Ashantic Jones. That was Emily Ness picking up her first foul for Sandwich. Sandwich is also first. Only 1 shot falls in for Ashantic Jones. Plano taking the early lead, 1 over Sandwich 0. Emily Ness working her way around Gann and Jones. Ball goes to Ness. trying to put it up again. That was Geilinger rebounding it. Not quite going in. It was Maddie Robinson. Ashante Jones coming away with that rebound. Passing it to Kiana McGee. McGee working her way around Sandwich defense. Passing it to Lukes. And that'll be out on Sandwich.
Little small step taken by Robinson. Just kind of, her back heel caught the line. A little bit of stoppage of play. I guess they found something on the court they don't like.
Well, ref is just taking a talk to Coach Malloy.
Well, so far we've seen two teams kind of dominate the game reboundingly, if that's even a term.
I would believe it's a word.
But that might come into play later on with the game when we see those teams that are so strong with rebounding, but also, you know, they've had so many opportunities to rebound with a lot of missed shots so far already in the game.
Absolutely. I'd say Plano's come out on top currently with the amount of rebounds. I've lost count of how many there was, but they've definitely been able to get their own rebound and try to shoot it up towards Sandwich's bucket, but nothing's really come of it yet. The only point in the game, it's 1-0, was off a free throw shot by Ashante Jones.
And those might also be another key factor to kind of look into, is the fact that Plano does have a strong free throw shooting team. And I'm sure Sandwich already knows that, but who knows? Even if they do know it, it depends on, in the heat of the moment, can you make sure that you're following the right players?
Absolutely. Well, ball put in play, goes right to Kiana McGee. The ball just falls short, just shy of the bucket. That's going to be out on Sandwich. Ball put in play, goes right to Luke. Geilinger trying to pick up that block, couldn't quite do that. Emily Ness mastering a rebound there.
And looks like a foul on,
Was a Plano foul.
small reach in by number 11, Ashante Jones. So that'd be her first, Plano's first.
Emily Ness trying to pick that one up, kind of blocks it away. Ball falls into the hands of Brady Gannon. Little jump ball called. A little bit of a mess and confusion happening there for Sandwich. Ball eventually put out by them.
Well, Sandwich is a fast-paced team that, you know, sometimes with that can move a little bit too fast for their own comfort.
You definitely got to keep a head on your shoulders throughout most of the game if you're a fast-paced team, as Gann holds onto the ball now. Passing it across court to McGee. And ball now with Emily Ness.
Call was a grab on Shannon Tierney. That's her first, Plano's second.
Emily Ness looking for someone to pass to. It's Geilinger, but snatching the ball away is Brady Gann. Ball bounces out of the bucket and into the hands of Ashley Geilinger from Sandwich, trying to fight around Gann. Geilinger sneaking past Plano defense. Ball gets picked up by Riley Lukes. And we go the other way towards Sandwich's court. Brady Gann picking up the screen by Marissa Fuchs. Ball goes to Lukes now. Lukes trying to find a way around Emily Ness. Emily Ness trying to do a great job blocking her.
Number 22 for Sandwich, stepping in, Kirby Johnson.
Shot attempted by Ashante Jones, couldn't make anything of it. Maddie Robinson showing off a bit of an aggressive play style there. She runs right into Brady Gann.
It's Kiana McGee, and she picked up her first and Plano's third.
Great pass, putting the ball in by Emily Ness to Maddie Robinson. Maddie Robinson just couldn't make the shot as Brady Gann puts the ball over to Kiana McGee. McGee couldn't make the shot. Kirby Johnson there picking up the ball for Sandwich. Emily Ness, long pass to Rachel Gooden. Rachel Gooden for three, in and out of the rim. Rebounded by Riley Lukes of Plano.
Neither team has so far made a basket in play.
Great tap away by Marissa Fuchs there. Ball went to Emily Ness. She couldn't get it into the bucket. And I believe that'll be a call on Marissa Fuchs. That'll be her first for a reach-in.
And Sandwich is second.
Well, about 4.5 minutes remain here in the first period. Only a score of 1 at the moment. Plano in the lead.
So far the biggest lead they've had all night.
Absolutely. Well, you can extend that lead by 2 points. Plano's current lead is 3-0 over Sandwich as Emily Ness brings it down in the Plano's court. Ball gets dropped along the way and finds its way into the hands of Ashante Jones. Riley Lukes handling the ball now. Over to McGee. To Jones as Gann brings it up into the paint. Can't make that shot. Lukes now can't make that either. That's going to be Sandwich ball.
And they're calling Luke for a push on the rebound. So she will pick up her first. And Plano's fourth.
Well, so far a really defensive heavy game, but Plano pulling away with more offense than anything right now. Sandwich is doing a great job on the defense, but they just can't get anything to fall as of right now.
So far, neither team has really been shooting very well, but Sandwich's defense has kind of been struggling against Plano's, well, sheer ability to just rebound any shot that goes up and comes back down, both on the offensive and defensive side. That's definitely why Plano's in the lead, although the lead may be small. That's why.
It's still a lead. As Ashley Geilinger handles the ball, bringing it down into Plano's court. Kirby Johnson putting that one up for 2. That assist came from it, Ashley Geilinger. Reapers 2, Lady Indians. Oh, Reapers 3, Lady Indians 2. As Jones owns onto the ball, trying to fight it away from Jones. That's Ness, as the call is jump ball now. Kirby Johnson bringing the ball down. Jones trying to block the ball away, but the ball goes to Emma Roberts of Sandwich. Back to Emily Ness. Taking the time to assess the situation, tries to shoot 3, can't quite make it. Well, Marissa Fuchs from Sandwich tried to keep it alive, but takes a step out.
So Plano will have another opportunity to try to extend the lead.
Jones puts the ball over to Demetra Phylactos. Tierney back to Jones, bringing the ball up court. That's Raven Russell. Can't make that shot. Rebounded by Phylactos. Can't make that shot either. Ball going over the back of Shannon Tierney, getting picked up now by Sandwich. Marissa Fuchs running down court with it now. Passing it to Roberts. Roberts across the court to Geilinger. Kirby Johnson now in the paint. Bounce pass to Gooden. Gooden tries to put it up for 2. In and out of the bucket as Kiana McGee bats it out of bounds.
So Sandwich ball going to try and inbound. So far, inbounding's been kind of a struggle for them, along with the full court press that Plano's been putting on them.
Last week we've seen a great game from Plano. They are rather strong when it comes to bringing a full court pass, as we see Luke now passing it to Phylactos. Phylactos right in Sandwich's court, can't make the shot. Ball picked up by Tierney, rebounding it again, can't make that one.
And a foul on The jump looks like that was on number 5 of Sandwich, Ashley Gullinger. So she'll pick up her first, Sandwich's third.
And at the line for Plano is number 32, Shannon Tierney. Ball bouncing off the backboard, off the rim, and onto the floor. Nowhere to go for that shot. Second shot about to go up from Tierney. And that's nothing but net. Current score now with about 2 minutes, 15 seconds remaining. Plano leading over Sandwich, 4-2. Emma Roberts working her way down court. Pass meant for Ashley Geilinger. Couldn't quite get it to her as the ball was snatched away by Lukes.
And looks like Gullinger is going to be charged with the reach-in.
That'll be her second.
And Sandwich will pick up its 4th foul of the half. And Gullinger, who has 2 fouls early, will step off. Kirby Johnson for Sandwich will step back on. She so far got the only score for Sandwich.
Holding on to the ball now from Plano, it's Brady Gann. Brady Gann passing it to Riley Lukes. Riley Lukes from the 3-point line. Falls right in. That's nothing but net for Brady Gann. 7-2, Plano over Sandwich. Emma Roberts getting ready to put the ball in for Sandwich. I believe the ref had to stop somebody from heckling over there.
A little bit of fan support from Plano, getting a little bit too rowdy. Although we've seen big fan supports kind of curve games like this.
From Yorkville to Plano, fan support is just insane. Rachel Gooden now passing the ball to Maddie Robinson. Maddie Robinson putting the ball out to the arc to Kirby Johnson. She couldn't make that 3-pointer. 1:25 remain here in the first period. Plano has a 5-point lead over Sandwich. Very early lead. Roberts puts the ball in to Gooden, passing it to Fuchs, who now gives it to Robinson. Back to Fuchs, getting screened by Phylactos. Robinson pressing into the paint, getting it out, putting it to Roberts. Roberts couldn't get the ball in. Robinson with the rebound. The ball just does not want to fall into the hole.
Sandwich just can't make baskets.
You got to give it up to them for their offensive rebound. That ball's not going in for Plano. Coming away with that rebound is Rachel Gooden. Rachel Gooden pressing down lane, barely making it past Riley Lukes, putting it out to the 3-point line to Emma Roberts. Lukes on the lookout for Marissa Fuchs, working her way around the arc, passing it to Roberts now. Or Robinson, pardon me. Very strong defensive player. If you take a look at number 4 from Plano, Riley Lukes, she just appears to be anywhere in the paint they try to get the ball in. Now picking up the screen for Roberts, that was Raven Russell. Raven Russell blocking for Sandwich. That ball was meant to go to Emma Roberts. I believe that'll be a call on Sandwich.
Sandwich normally a strong, well-collected team. I mean, you could just see the frustration.
It's just a sad story. They just can't get the ball to fall into the bucket. 19 seconds remain here in the first period. McGee with the ball to the corner to Lukes. Lukes for the late 3, couldn't make that. 10 seconds now remain as the stoppage of play happens. Call on Plano's number 11. It's her second. Ashantik Jones. Ball goes into Robinson. Robinson passing it back to Ness. Ness across court. Hopefully Gooden can make one final shot. Can't make that, and ball gets Picked up by Kiana McGee for the last shot of desperation. That one didn't go in. And at the end of your first period, the Plano Lady Reapers are leading over the Sandwich Lady Indians 7-2. We're going to go to commercial. We'll be right back.
It can be a little awkward when your friend tells you he's been diagnosed with a mental illness. But what's even more awkward is, if you're not there for him, he's less likely to recover.
I'm here to help, man, whatever it takes.
Real men know that getting tested is the way to take care of their families. That's why real men wear gowns. For a list of the tests you need, go to ahrq.gov.
Welcome back to Fox Valley TV. At the end of your first period, the Plano Lady Reapers are leading over the Sandwich Lady Indians 7-2 in this exciting conference girls basketball game.
So far, a pretty close match. Unfortunately, neither team can really get the ball to go in. Plano kind of picked it up there with a few minutes left, but Sandwich still struggling with only 2 points.
Sandwich, what we've seen of them, they're really strong in the offense, but the ball just hasn't been falling in for them. The luck just hasn't been with them tonight, it seems, Evan.
Yeah, the shooting percentage can definitely get to players who normally keep a calm head, so hopefully Sandwich maintains cool, and hopefully we see the Sandwich that we're used to.
It would be a great thing to see, especially with a well-heated rivalry between both schools, Plano and Sandwich. Holding onto the ball now is Riley Lukes, passing it out to McGee. McGee again. Again, back to McGee as Lukes puts that one up. Very shallow shot. And ball is out on Plano.
See no more full court press from Plano. Looks like they're going to save their energy.
Very wise idea. You might want to save that for later, either when you're trying to get a game back to the lead, or if you just want to extend the lead over Sandwich. Kirby Johnson with the ball now, losing control over it right in front of McGee. Ball gets batted away by Brady Gann, keeping it alive for Sandwich. That's Emma Roberts. Over to Emily Ness. Down into the paint for Maddie Robinson. Falling down, that's Raven Russell. Somebody's trying to get the ball to fall. It's not falling in. Both Robinson and Raven Russell walking away a little disappointed from that. Call was jump ball on Plano, though. Ball to the arc for Rachel Gooden. Rachel Gooden not getting that one to fall in either. Seems to be the story for Sandwich tonight. Rachel Gooden again from the three-point line. She seems to be confident from out there, just not making the ball fall. Robinson in the paint now.
And a foul on the floor that looked to be on, oh, I guess it was on 32 for Plano. Shannon Tierney will pick up her second in Plano's fifth of the half.
And Maddie Robinson at the line for Sandwich as she puts up the first shot. Sandwich getting another point there. 7-3, Plano still over Sandwich. One shot remaining for Robinson. Second shot not going in, getting picked up by Lactose.
And a travel on Phylactose. Interesting call.
Well, ball goes into Geilinger. Luke's batting it down, but Geilinger keeping it alive. Roberts now to Ness. Again, trying to get the ball away from Ness. Ness puts it up. Ball in and out of the bucket again. Keeping it alive, though. Sandwich with the rebound. Passing it out to Roberts. Robinson now has the ball. Off the backboard and into the hands of Phylactose from Plano. Going the other way, Lukes has the ball now. Lukes to Phylactose. Phylactose from the three-point line. Shallow, bouncing off the rim. Getting rebounded by Emily Ness as she makes it down into Plano's court. Putting the ball in the paint to Maddie Robinson. Maddie Robinson for 2 points. Sandwich 5 now. Still trailing behind Plano by 2 points, 7-5. And what do you think, Evan? Do you think Sandwich is starting to wake up?
Well, so far they, I mean, the defense has just kind of been struggling, but I mean, the offense has sort of been, well, normally in situations like this, we see them skilled and strong, but
Well, ball tipped away by Plano, going down court. Geilinger and Brady Gann taking a rather nasty spill. I believe it'll be a timeout for Plano.
for 30-second forced sandwich.
For Sandwich.
Well, like I was saying earlier, Plano has been strong on both sides, but they've, well, the defense has kind of, I guess, fallen a little bit with the fact that they're getting a lot less rebounds like we saw earlier in the game. A lot of good boxing out from Sandwich. We saw that in one of the huddles. The coach was kind of, stepping back and making sure the girls knew what they needed to do to get the ball back, and it's so far been working. Also, the full court press we saw Sandwich kind of put into play, and that made Plano make some pretty drastic throws.
Kind of shook Plano up a little bit, I'd say.
Seems like Sandwich has kind of got a game plan to maybe pulling away with this.
They maybe found their footing against Plano. We've seen some great ball handling going around their court, kind of catching Plano off guard. Got to stay on their toes to keep up with this as ball goes to Geilinger. Robinson again for a 2-point shot. Game tied now at 7, thanks to that 2-pointer from Robinson. Luke's now with the ball. And back to Phylactos. Ball gets taken away, and
A little bit of contact as she went up, so Emma Roberts going to the line. That foul on. Looks like it was 24 Phylactos for the Reapers. That'll be her first, team's 6th. Team's 8th, I'm sorry.
Roberts couldn't make that first shot. And coming in for Plano, number 1, Raven Russell, and number 32, Shannon Tierney. Roberts gonna take a second shot now. Well, off the rim, up into the air, and through the hoop. Sandwich now has a 1-point lead over Plano. Robinson tipping the ball off for Sandwich. Very great defensive play.
It's the second steal Sandwich has had in a row.
Sandwich has maybe found out where Plano wants to be passing the ball, and they're very aware of it now.
The only thing the Indians need to do is kind of figure out how to get the ball in the basket after those fast breaks, because, man, that's one thing that's been struggling so far, and it's cost them a few easy points.
Luke's putting the ball in, giving it to Tierney, back to Luke's. Phylactos holding onto the ball, getting double teamed now by Ness and Robinson. Ball gets tipped out. Going to be Plano ball.
Well, so far Plano falling a little bit behind, but not by much, only by 1 point, because Sandwich so far been struggling with the shooting.
They have been struggling, but it seems they've gained some sort of footing. As you mentioned earlier, they're coming away with these points on fast breaks, but they're missing a whole bunch of their shots. So maybe slow it down when you get into the paint. Take not a second, but take a little bit of time to calm down, set your shot if there's nobody around you, and maybe you'll sink a few extra points.
We've seen Sandwich that can normally play some fast-paced ball with a lot of other competitive teams kind of struggle on the fast break. And but you know, we've said they've struggled with a few things, and so far those have all been fixed for them to now come and take the lead.
Absolutely.
So it's only a matter of time before those shots start falling, and Sandwich maybe pulls away.
Sandwich might be getting their idea from the fast break, like we see here. Emily Ness laying it up with 2 points, extending their lead to 3. Sandwich 10, Plano 7. But Plano's made a couple of fast breaks in the first period, although they've calmed it down now. we've definitely seen them do it once, and they'll do it again if they can.
Plano's a strong team that doesn't give up easy. They're not going to let anything happen, that's for sure.
Ball across court to Riley Lukes. Lukes to Tierney. Tierney with a bit of a fake out before getting screened by both Ness and Fuchs. Going to be called as traveling now against Plano.
Sandwich ball.
Fuchs trying to find a way around McGee. Can't do that, but ball eventually goes into Ness and back to Roberts.
Well, regardless of what happens, Plano will always make that inbound play as hard as it possibly can be for any other team.
Absolutely. The defense Plano's giving to Sandwich from inside the arc is something out of this world, I'd say.
Well, I'm glad that they're bringing it inside of the paint to try their luck there, but man, the shooting percentage for Sandwich is still very low.
Well, Robinson in the paint now, getting blocked by Plano.
And a foul, so they will send Robinson to the line. That one on number 10, Kiana McGee, and she's picked up her third foul.
Very dangerous basketball being played here by Plano, especially with Kiana McGee and that third foul of hers, and it's only 3 minutes and 33 seconds to remain here in the second period. Got to keep an eye out on her, Kiana McGee, that is. First shot was not made by Maddie Robinson, still has one more to go. Ball bouncing off the rim and into the hands of Ashante Jones. Ball going out on Sandwich.
So there's going to be a foul called. That was the second for Marissa Fuchs.
Three-pointer shot made good by Demetra Phylactos. Holding on to it now, it's Emily Ness. Emily Ness trying to get around two screens of Phylactos again. Ball bouncing out and into the hands of Emma Roberts. Back to Ness. Ness to Geilinger. Geilinger from the three-point line can't make anything at that shot. And that's going to be out on Sandwich.
Well, with that three, it's a tie game. Plano turning this around so far.
Tierney now with the ball.
And once again, that Sandwich defense right off the bat there, forcing some rough passes from Plano.
Definitely on their toes on defense tonight, but when it comes to their shooting percentage, as we've been saying, they've just been a little unlucky. Robinson making that one fall.
Both teams want to battle it out until half. They're going to give it their all these last few minutes.
It's going to be really exciting basketball here with 2.5 minutes remaining. Working her way around Rachel Gooden, that was Brady Gann. Keeping it alive for Sandwiches. Ashley Geilinger over to Maddie Robinson. Maddie Robinson trying to find a way around Ashante Jones, pardon me. Ball snatched away by Demetra Phylactos. Going down the Sandwich court, Emily Ness and Ashley Geilinger there to try to block it. No good as Plano ties the game 12-12 with 2 minutes here remaining. Gooden to Geilinger. Ball knocked out by Demetra Phylactos. And Ashante Jones now running away with the ball. Left wide open, but ball could not fall in. Rachel Gooden with the defensive rebound for Sandwich. Maddie Robinson passing the ball into Emma Roberts. Emily Ness sinking a three-point shot.
Big three. And can't get much more finessed than that. That shot went right through, made no noise.
Just pure art. Here we see Rachel Gooden now with the ball, trying to get around to Shantek Jones. Roberts trying to find a way around Lukes. 1 minute, 16 seconds remaining here in the half. Roberts now from the three-point arc over to Ashley Geilinger. Shot or pass just a little too high for Emma Roberts.
And Plano's going to bring the ball up. Once again, we see the sandwich press.
Brady Gano showing a little bit of speed, working her way down to the sandwich court, giving it to Jones. Geilinger got her hand in there, to no avail though. Jones tried to shoot it. Kirby Johnson came away with the rebound. Here we see Rachel Gooden pressing down to Plano court, turning around, passing it to Emma Roberts. Roberts to the outside to Ness.
40 seconds left. And a kick by Jones to interrupt the sandwich pass. So ball goes out, sandwich ball.
We're definitely going to see a lot of speed and defense and offense being shown off here. A lot of everything that makes a good basketball game a good basketball game here between Sandwich and Plano. And it's 30 seconds tick down, Evan.
Well, we're going to see a lot of passing come from Sandwich. Maybe Plano can force something that Sandwich doesn't want.
Force something ugly as Emma Roberts passes the ball to Ness, passing it to Kirby Johnson. Ball getting picked up now by Demetra Phylactos. Not by Demetra Phylactos.
And as she jumps up, Lou's going to go to the line. That foul on. Number 5 for Sandwich, Ashley Gullinger. She will have her third.
And that first free throw goes in for Lukes. Still one more to go. And that's nothing but net. Sandwich with a 1-point lead now, 15-14 with 11.1 seconds remaining here in the second period. Ball back to Roberts now. 6 seconds now. Ness trying to put that one up, getting her own rebound and knocking it, or Plano knocking it out. 3 seconds is about enough time for one more very quick play. Gets tipped out again by Plano. By Riley Lukes.
And that'll kill a few hundredths of a second.
Time is valuable with a quick team like Sandwich and Plano. Anything could really happen. It's only 2 seconds though. Robinson now in the paint, putting it up and falling just short of the bucket. Well, at the end of this period and at the end of the half, Sandwich now has picked up the lead against Plano, 15-14. We're going to go to half and keep it here on Fox Valley TV.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Welcome back to Plano High School, where you are watching exciting high school girls basketball. Right now, Sandwich is leading over the Plano Reapers just by a point, 15-14. And it's been a real doozy of a game, Evan.
It really has been very back and forth. The largest lead we've had so far was only by a mere 5 points from Plano early in the game when Sandwich kind of struggled to get the ball in the basket a little bit. Both teams have heated up at the end of the second and are right now set to really lead in some very exciting basketball action.
Well, you did mention it, that Sandwich has had a really hard time getting the ball to fall, but eventually they actually picked it up, and we've actually seen a couple of beautiful three-pointers from Sandwich. I believe 2. But Plano's not going quietly into the night. They've been answering just about everything Sandwich had, and they did have quite a lead of only 5 points, but it's been quite a lead from the game's been recently.
Well, you know, like you said, there's a lot of threes from Sandwiches. Also a few from Reapers as well. Both teams seem to answer each other whenever the other poses a question, and it's going to continue this way, I'm sure, for the rest of the game unless, you know, either team really comes up with some magical epiphany to be able to pull ahead. Teams are very equal, and it should make for some exciting basketball.
When one team pulls ahead, it'll be when the other team has to realize they have to snap right back into the game. As we see now, that's Riley Lukes from Plano holding onto the ball now, passing it across the court. That was Shannon Tierney to McGee. Plano trying to put the ball up.
And will stay Plano ball.
Brady again looking for someone to pass it to. Passes it to Ashtonic Jones, and she makes it for 2 points. 16-15, Plano over Sandwich. Kind of a quick score opportunity right at the beginning of the third period. Ball was meant to go to Ashley Geilinger. She lost control of it. Gets picked up by Kiana McGee, and ball gets turned over again for Sandwich. Brady Gann trying to block the ball away from Emma Roberts. Went backcourt to Ness, back to Emma Roberts. Emma Roberts trying to find a way out of the corner. Passes it to Emily Ness. To Marissa Fuchs. Marissa Fuchs working her way into the paint and loses control of the ball. It's going to be a blocking call on Shannon Tierney.
So Tierney's going to pick up her second of the game so far. Plano's first of the half.
And here we see Marissa Fuchs at the line. Putting her first shot up. Ball had to think about it, but just didn't want to go in.
Both teams shoot at about 50% from the line.
Second one goes up, falls into the hands of Ashtonic Jones. M&S stealing the ball right away. Ball loose, picked up by Riley Lukes. Going the other way now, passes the ball to Shannon Tierney. Tierney to McGee. McGee to Lukes. Lukes trying to put it up for 3, bounces off the backboard. Plano trying to keep it alive. Great rebounds, but nothing coming of it.
And Jones getting away with a little bit of an elbow there. Call's going to be on number 33 for Sandwich. Emily Ness will pick up her second, team's first of the half.
Well, Brady Gann's here at the line for Plano. Nice shot. Gets put up for an extra point. Plano now has a 2-point lead over Sandwich, 17-15. Second shot goes up, makes that one. 18-15 Plano over Sandwich. Marissa Fuchs kind of fighting through both Gann and Jones, but loses the ball as it goes out of bounds.
Plano forcing a great steal.
A little disheartening if you're a player of Sandwich, but can't be brought 2 down. That'll only bring your entire team down as Brady Gann holds on to the ball now, pushing over to Ashtonic Jones, and she sinks a 3-pointer. 2-pointer, actually.
Refs had conflicting ideas with that one.
Roberts holds on to the ball now, passing it to Alexandra Lopez. Emma Roberts trying to find a way around Shannon Tierney. Does so by passing it to Alexandra Lopez. Lopez putting it up for 2 points.
Well, the Euro step to finesse two-pointer. Very classic move in the basketball world.
Alexandra Lopez with a great steal. That ball was meant for McGee. Nice pass to Rachel Gooden from Alexandra Lopez.
Great juke to shot to steal to assist. She can do it all.
Just a little bit of everything. Thanks to Alexandra Lopez. Shannon Tierney couldn't make that one. Riley Luke's coming away with that rebound. Couldn't make that shot.
Oh, it looks like Lopez will draw the foul too, so I think she's just about chalked every single basket on the score sheet in this sake of about 15 seconds.
She's nailed just about every term there is, I'd say, yeah.
She can hit a 3 in the next few seconds, then we're really rolling.
Well,
So
here's...
oh, I'm sorry. That'll be her first. Sandwich's second.
Riley Luke's not making her first shot for Plano, making her second, 21-19 over Sandwich. Nice clean pass to Maddie Robinson. Maddie Robinson finding her way in the paint. Somebody's trying to come away with that ball, and that somebody is Brady Gann. Brady Gann bringing it down into Plano's court. Emily Ness with a wild attempt to knock that ball away, but gets fouled on, or fouls on Plano, I should say.
So she'll pick up her third. Sandwich's third. As Gann goes to the line.
Putting up her first shot, draining her first shot. That's Brady Gann, 22-19.
Kirby Johnson will step in for Robinson. So Sandwich making a little personnel change.
Johnson with that rebound. Ellie Ness bringing it down. Alexandra Lopez now. Putting it out to the three-point line to Rachel Gooden. Rachel Gooden again. Ball going to Ness. To Lopez now. Taking that ball away from Luke. She was going in to steal it. Bounce pass to Kirby Johnson. Out to Emily Ness. Trying to make it for 2 points. Can't do it. With the rebound, it's Kirby Johnson for 2 points.
And it's a 1 point game once again. These teams are neck and neck.
Very, very exciting conference game of basketball here tonight. Coming away with that rebound from Sandwich is Ashley Geilinger.
Now, one thing to remember as these, as these teams fight it out point for point, both teams going to the IHSA playoffs, going to be in the same super sectional. So there's a possibility that these guys see each other in the playoffs within the next few weeks.
That'll be exciting for both teams that we see just great basketball being played. Well, ball is going to be going out on Sandwich. Barely tipped off by Alexandra Lopez.
But I guess the point I'm trying to make is that whoever comes away with this win makes such a, proves such a point to every other team that's going to be walking into that super sectional, and to, the team that they then may face down later on the road.
It's a very good point to make, and that's the Metro 5 Lactose with a three-pointer.
That's her second.
Very confident from the three-point line, it seems. Emily Ness going up and putting up a two-pointer, so kind of answering to 5 Lactose's three.
Well, has an opportunity with this free throw to finish the three-point play. That foul will be on number 24. Phi Lactose for the Reapers.
Well, Emily Ness clears that three-point play, 25-24. Another time we were going to be saying it's a one-point game.
Make a correction on that. That foul was for number 3, Brady Gann.
Brady Gann passing the ball over now to number 32, Shannon Tierney. Ball goes willy-nilly out of court. Gonna go out again on Plano. That was Brady Gann tipping it out.
Attempting the steal, couldn't quite get the ball.
The steals, sorry.
But the press for Plano proven to be a little bit, or making Sandwich a little bit hectic.
Kirby Johnson again for a two-pointer, putting Sandwich in the lead now, 26-25 over Plano.
So that's the 5th lead change so far in the game.
Very, very close game. Brady Gann now over to the corner to Riley Lukes. Lukes trying to put that up for 3, can't make that. Emily Ness coming away with that one. Passing it to Geilinger. Geilinger finding her way around Shannon Tierney and Ashantik Jones. Ball out to Rachel Gooden, back to Ness. Gooden again from the 3-point line. Almost wanting. Couldn't make that shot, and ball goes out.
So Gann stepping off. Raven Russell stepping on, along with McGee for Plano. And Sandwich adds number 3 Roberts to their 5.
Emily Ness trying to put that one up, can't do that.
And that call was, I guess, for a little bit of a push on Russell. So she will draw her first, team's 4th.
Oh, here's Emily Ness working her way into the paint, trying to, well, with a nice bounce pass. That was from Maddie Dawson. Kirby Johnson again putting that one in for 2 points. Nice assist by Maddie Dawson. Lukes with a sly pass to Shannon Tierney. Tierney couldn't make that 3-pointer. And Sandwich now has a 3-point lead. It's worth it to say, 28-25 over the Plano Reapers. Well, Sandwich seems to have been picking up their offensive play, kind of making Plano's defense a little tired, but we've seen Plano's defense also, Plano's offense rather, Plano's offense has really been picking up too.
Yeah, so far both teams have definitely been able to kind of figure out where they need to be on both sides of the court, both offense and defense, although, you know, you just kind of got to wait for some team to make the next move that kind of throws a wrench into the whole equation, and now you've got another team possibly making a pull away.
Sandwich right now has a 3-point lead. Keep in mind the largest lead we've seen tonight is a 5-point lead. Sandwich might be able to add another 2 points, and 2 points after that, maybe making a 7-point lead, but right now, ball is out on Plano. Sandwich ball again.
And it looks like they're going to wave off. No, they're going to give the foul to Russell, who takes her 3rd, and that'll be the team's 5th.
Oh, Dawson passed the ball to Ness, and well, I believe it might have been backcourt violation, but I didn't quite get a glance at it. As
the last 2 calls were a little bit interesting, but they've got a better view than I do.
Well, Fied Lactose now passing the ball off to Gann. Gann to McGee. McGee to Lukes. Roberts batted the ball away, and it's going to be called in favor of Sandwich, the Sandwich possession. Maddie Robinson coming back in for Sandwich as Maddie Dawson returns to the bench. Alexander Lopez again. Finding a way around Lukes and Fied Lactose. McGee trying to smack the ball away from Sandwich. Can't quite do that. Kirby Johnson from within the arc. Ball falls just shy. Kiana McGee rushing down into Sandwich's court, into the paint, puts the ball up and bounces off the rim. Kirby Johnson now with the ball. Over Alexander Lopez to Emily Ness. Brady Gann has Emily Ness's number, and Emily Ness just plows over Kiana McGee. Able to get right back up and walk it off. Very, very good to see from Plano. Kiana McGee walking that one off.
And that call on number 33, Emily Ness. She'll pick up her 4th and the team's 4th. So 4 fouls for Sandwich so far. And she will take a little bit of a break so far, so maybe Sandwich can save her for later.
That 3-point shot again made by Demetra Phylactos. Very confident, tying the game again, 28-28. 1 minute exactly remaining here in the 3rd period. Ball goes to Emma Roberts from the 3-point line, passing it to Rachel Gooden, passing it to Ashley Geilinger. Gooden again to Roberts. Roberts to Geilinger. Luke's trying to block Geilinger, can't do that, and Maddie Robinson putting it up for 2 points. Well, with the way things have been going on now, you can't expect Sandwich to have a 2-point lead for too long. Demetra Phylactos from the 3-point line. Ball goes into the hands of Luke for the rebound, into the hands of Ashana Jones, and the game gets tied again.
And 20 seconds left. Looks like this one's going to come down to probably the last few minutes of the 4th.
Nice sly pass to Geilinger from Fuchs. Rachel to Geilinger. Geilinger from the 3-point line, proving some strength, can't quite make that shot. We're gonna see a travel now on Demetra Phylactos. A little aggression there. 6 seconds remain. Both teams managing to tie it up themselves, but it's gonna come down to what happens in the 4th period.
We're gonna see a one kind of final opportunity for Sandwich to pull away, I guess, into the 4th.
Well, can't pull away like that. Emma Roberts tried to keep it alive, but ball goes out. That shot's not gonna count.
And they're gonna say clock ran out while she was in the air. So that'll be it for the 3rd.
That's it for the 3rd, and both teams are tied again, 30-30. We're gonna go to commercial break. Keep it here on Fox Valley TV.
Big dreams and good grades aren't enough to get into college. There are actual steps you need to take. Finding someone who can help is the first and most important. For the next steps, go to knowhowtogo.org.
Mom! Mom!
What?
You can't find Ichabod.
What?
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who would love to put up with you.
Welcome back to Fox Valley TV. And if you're just joining us, you've been missing out on a fantastic game of basketball between both the Plano Lady Reapers and the Sandwich Lady Indians. It's been one heck of a game up to this point, Evan.
Both teams trying to make a point as they both try to follow into the playoffs and do some damage there. But both of these teams going into the same super sectional, so we will see the both teams trying to make a statement, like I was saying earlier, on the other, because they might see each other later on in the playoffs.
And it's worth it to say we're in Plano tonight, and it's Plano girls senior night, so they got a little bit of extra momentum. They got a lot of their crowd, and off to the left of the camera, you might see them later on, is the Rowdy section, and they've got a lot of support for their home team. So maybe Plano has a little bit more morale, but Sandwich is not wanting to go quietly into the night. Ball goes over the head of Brady Gannon out on Plano.
Both defenses have been very good at forcing some interesting passes, which normally result in turnovers.
Well, Fuchs puts the ball into Geilinger to Robinson. Robinson getting screened by 3 players there, it seemed. Gooden tried to put that one up.
Oh, sorry about that.
No problem.
And that foul will be on, waiting on a call.
Oh,
It'll be on number 11 for Sandwich. Oh, I'm sorry, number 11 for Plano. Jones, who will pick up her 3rd.
Well, at the line is Rachel Gooden, and a little bit off the screen, you have a couple of Plano rowdies trying to distract Gooden.
If I'm correct, those are two of the varsity players
Oh.
for the boys team.
Yeah, I guess you're right. Trying to be the final line of defense against Sandwich, but they couldn't quite do that. Rachel Gooden makes that second shot good, 31-30. Sandwich leading. Well, Luke's from the three-point line, over the bucket, into the hands of Marissa Fuchs. Fuchs trying to find a way around Phylactos and Tierney. Passes it to Gooden. Gooden trying to find a way around Jones. Now Fuchs trying to find a way around Tierney. Emma Roberts now with a fake out, driving into the paint. Bounce pass to Maddie Robinson. Very sly, very quick, but ball's going to go out on Plano.
I've been watching majority of the kind of playmakers for both teams, and I've noticed that Roberts is one of them who will actually go for the assist over the shot itself.
It's a very important key to have in a team member. You don't want to have somebody hogging the ball the whole game. If you see somebody who's open for a shot and they're willing to take the shot, very nice to have.
It's definitely Gann being the assist master for Plano, and Roberts for Sandwich. So both teams, you know, even down to the personnel choice and styling of play.
Both teams have that asset as Ashley Geilinger puts that one up. So 33-30, 6.5 remain in the game. Sandwich in the lead, three-point shot made good by Brady Gann of Plano. We're going to see a timeout call now, and no one has really had the lead for more than, I'd say, 2 minutes in this game, Evan.
I can't really, you know, it's just been so quick that I don't really have a time on it either. The lead change to the point where I've lost track. It's crazy close between these two teams, and it's not just, you know, one team pulls ahead. It's just shot for shot an equal game.
It's call and answer for both of these teams. Sandwich makes a three-point shot. Plano lands a three-point shot right back. It's a matter of time till somebody has to pull away, but
well, I don't want to make any predictions, but I think that with the game so far, we might see maybe a shooter step from the outside, and I'm guessing it might be Phylactos. So I think with the crowd behind him, with the kind of neck-and-neck gameplay it has been so far, I think that Plano might be the one to edge this out, but so far, too close to call.
It's been too close to call the whole game. I mean, the only time I'd say it was a little, where there was a large enough lead, we've been saying this multiple times, that the largest lead tonight's been in the first period of only 5 points.
5 points, and that was in, you know, the first 4 minutes. Well, but to counter that, though, Plano, not a team known for its endurance.
Absolutely. We saw in the first period, Plano had a very fast offensive rush as Maddie Robinson knocks down Brady Gann.
And ref making the call on Gann. It's interesting. That'll be the second foul for Gann this game. 8th of the half, so they will send Sandwich to the line. Shooting the shots is Robertson.
Well, Robinson can't make that shot. Ashantik Jones getting a two-pointer, pulling ahead again, 35-33. Plano over Sandwich. 6 minutes remain here in the game. Marissa Fuchs losing control of the ball, passing it to Emma Roberts, over to Maddie Robinson. Robinson trying to make something of that ball. Sees the ability to shoot it, can't quite make the shot. Robinson with the ball, just kind of whipping McGee around.
And I guess a jump ball?
Gooden now to Roberts. Roberts just off the rim. Ashley Geilinger from the three-point line, passing it back to Rachel Gooden. Rachel Gooden draining a shot from downtown.
And add 2 more lead changes if you're keeping track at home.
If you're keeping a tally, you probably have a more accurate count than we are. That's another lead change, 37-36. Plano over Sandwich.
So 3 in the last 2 minutes.
It's just a madhouse here tonight. And ball goes out. Maybe a bad pass from Kirby Johnson, it seemed. Ball's out on Sandwich.
And Plano is going to be the one to bring it back up. Looks like Sandwich holding true with the inside defense, not making the push for the full court press.
Emma Roberts got a piece of that ball. To no avail, though. Kiana McGee trying to make a two-pointer, couldn't make that with the defensive rebound. That's Kirby Johnson to Emma Roberts. Ball goes to Alexander Lopez.
And some tough passes, try to get the ball inside and to retake that lead, but Sandwich just can't seem to do it thanks to Plano's pressure.
Plano's really putting a lot of pressure on Sandwich, too. Both teams are putting pressure on each other. It's really insane seeing this game tonight. Lactose with the ball into the corner to Jones, out to McGee. McGee to Lactose, back to Jones. Jones for 2 with a beauty of a shot.
So 39-36. Plano on a little bit of a run.
Well, not sure if you caught that. The ball went out on Plano and into the hands of Coach Malloy from Sandwich. Or I guess it was out on Sandwich. Lactose trying to find a way around Emily Ness, who has 4 fouls. 1 more foul and she'll be out of the game. Got to keep an eye out now.
Yeah, there's a whole lot of fouls going on the court. Not a single player on the court. Oh, I'm sorry, except for number 22, Kirby Johnson of Sandwich. Everyone has a foul.
Alexander Lopez with a bounce pass to Kirby Johnson, getting, well, taken away by Ashanti Jones, but we seem to have an injured player on the court.
They got a little physical with the pass. We've been seeing physical gameplay all game.
Well, Raven Russell getting up and walking off the court under her own power.
Oh, seems to be okay.
Yep, Coach John Chernick just came out to make sure she was all right, but she seems to be fine.
Small sub. And not much will change, so it looks like Russell will be traded in for, I believe that was Lactose who came off the bench, so 3-shooter for 3-shooter.
Even trade. Ball goes out on Sandwich.
So ball will stay with Plano.
What a formation change going on out there for Plano.
And if I'm correct, oh, there's going to be a technical on. That'll be on Plano's coach, I believe.
There was a bit of tension going on between the coach and the ref, and the ref just had to call a technical on it. That's Ashley Geilinger at the line, so.
Well, it seemed like he gave a warning to both coaches, but all of a sudden a technical to Plano.
Ashley Geilinger making both shots, making this game once more a 1-point game, 39-38, just under 4 minutes remain here in the game.
And they're just, I guess the bench is just as confused as we are, trying to figure out what happened. So they're going to pull the refs in and kind of discuss this and make sure that they got everything right.
I do believe the only people on the court who have an idea of what's going on right now is the refs.
Does seem like both sides are unhappy, which is good. You might as well be equally unhappy.
At least both teams can be unhappy together, but with what's been going on recently, you don't really want to see
Well, these are both very physical teams, and both teams that obviously really want to make the point, kind of put the dot on the end of that regular season and start a whole new journey into the possible state run that both of these teams have.
Both of these teams are great, and I have no doubt, hopefully one of them will go on to state, and it'll be great. As Emily Ness tried to hook that one up, couldn't quite make anything of that.
As the full court press from Sandwich shows itself once again.
Ashley Geilinger showing off a bit of speed, but I believe she's going to be called for a reach-in.
I guess the reach-in on, that was number 5 of Sandwich, Ashley Gullinger, who will pick up her 4th foul.
Well, Ashanik Jones with the ball, pushing it over to Riley Lukes. Emily Ness with a big hit against Riley Lukes.
Well, tried to jump and stop the shot, but couldn't pull herself away in the air, and she will foul out.
That's her 5th foul indeed, and a little bit of a morale hit to Sandwich, but they're a never say die team as well as Plano.
Well, Emily Ness, a big defensive factor for the Indians.
Sandwich has sent in Rachel Gooden in place of Emily Ness, and Rachel Gooden on par with Ness's skills as Lukes puts up that first shot, 40-38 now.
With 3 minutes left, 2-point game.
It's going to be one heck of a ride to the end. Both shots made good by Riley Lukes. Fuchs taking it to the sideline. And that's going to be a call on Fuchs now.
So they're going to get her for, looks like, the push-off. And timeout called by Sandwich. So that'll be a full timeout.
Well, if you're just joining us, it's been one heck of a 4th period. We've had fouls, we've had lead changes, and we've had a number of 1-point games. But at this point, Plano has a 3-point lead over Sandwich, so it's really, suffice to say, one heck of a game.
Well, it's not the biggest lead they've had so far, and even the biggest lead they did have, Sandwich came back from with almost little to no problems. But Plano is a strong team. Sandwich just lost Ness to foul trouble. Plano is a physical team who not only has that, but has the home field advantage here with a large and in charge student body here supporting them. Also, senior night.
It's senior night too, yeah.
It's the 4 girls on the court that are seniors are here to play and here to finish the season off strong, and they definitely don't want to go home with a win.
Absolutely.
Or stay home with a win.
Well, before the game goes back in play, another person to point out on Sandwich's team with 4 fouls is Ashley Geilinger. We've seen her through the greater part of the game too. She's a strong player. She's been shooting. She's made a couple of threes, I do believe. And with one more foul until she gets fouled out, you don't want to see a strong player from Sandwich going out again like Emily Ness did just a couple of minutes ago.
Plano's played very smart, and it's kind of distributed the fouls over each of the players. And it's worked out well, a very strategic defense. They only, foul when they need to.
Absolutely.
And Phylactos will step out. Kiana McGee stepping in for Plano.
Emma Roberts with the ball over to Marissa Fuchs. Marissa Fuchs trying to find something to do with this ball. Looking for a way around Lukes and Gann. Ball goes to Gooden, to Roberts now. Roberts real keen on getting the assist. She'll help out her team if she can. Passes the ball to Geilinger from the 3-point line. Ball bounces out of the rim into the hands of Ashanti Jones.
That would have been the one to tie. That miss might possibly signal a little bit of defeat in Sandwich.
Emma Roberts doing a great job blocking Brady Gann. Geilinger screening Jones. Gooden screening McGee. Getting a little tripped up there over herself. That was Kiana McGee.
The double team comes again, and a very strategic timeout from Plano.
Plano's got to be telling their players right now, you got to keep that ball away from Sandwich at all costs and extend the lead whenever possible.
Well, Sandwich is a very smart style of play, and they've been kind of targeting, you saw that Shannon Tierney, of whenever she steps up to the outside, she is kind of tall. Tall people, I know this personally, notoriously struggle with some ball handling. So Sandwich has got a defensive game plan, and they know who they got to, single out, and that's some of the taller ones on Plano's side. Plano, on the other hand, wants to utilize the taller players that they have, Jones and Tierney, to try to get it inside and extend that lead, because so far neither team has really been able to step out other than the one outlier, which was Phylactos for Plano. But other than that, no one's really been able to make a three.
Well, we'll see. We have about 2 minutes remaining in the game. McGee with the ball to Tierney. Tierney on the outside. Robinson and Lopez picking up the double team. Just down to Robinson now. Robinson trying to get the ball away from Tierney as safe as she can. McGee now puts the ball out of, keeps it in play as she goes out of the court. Ball now goes to Kiana McGee. McGee driving up through the paint, passes it back outside to Gann. Luke's holding onto it now. Gooden trying to get the ball away, doing whatever she can. Kirby Johnson picking up the screen on Ashonic Jones. Jones to McGee now. Jones finding a way around Gooden.
And looks like a foul on, that'll be number 10 for Sandwich, Rachel Gooden.
That's her first.
That'll send to the line number 10, Kiana McGee for Plano.
From what we've seen of McGee, she's a strong player from the line. Proving that strength, extending the lead to 4 now with 1 minute and 27 seconds remaining here in the game. Second shot goes up, bounces out. And Plano is still maintaining a lead of 4 over Sandwich. Fuchs losing control of the ball, trying to wrestle it away from Gann.
Oh, and a foul on Sandwich, so that'll put him. Okay, foul on number 1.
Marissa Fuchs, and that's going to be Sandwich's 9th of the.
So I guess that was her 4th. Sorry, just trying to figure out what happened.
Well, Plano's lead extended to 5, 43 to 38. And Ashley Geilinger subbing in for Alexandra Lopez of Sandwich. Gann puts up the second one, and that's the largest gap we've seen in a lead tonight. 6 points, 44 to 38.
And Sandwich going to call a timeout to try to rally the troops and draw this one back in.
What we've seen from Sandwich, right away when we've had that 5-point lead in the first period, Sandwich found a way to come right back, and 6 points isn't much different from 5. Sandwich can find a way to fight back into this as they have about 1 minute and 20 seconds remaining. They just got to keep their morale up, because low morale is the key to not the strongest of teams.
Well, if I'm correct, for Sandwich, when they had that comeback early in the game for the 5 points, they actually ended up scoring 7 or 8 on the drive before Plano started scoring and got back into the game. Sandwich is a team that can do it, but Plano is definitely the team to be able to stop them.
And Plano, as we've been talking about tonight, it's senior night. They've got their student section. They've got friends and family here supporting them. They don't want to go they don't want to go away from this game with a defeat. But Sandwich, they're going to give them all they got.
Oh, that's for sure. Both teams still got a little bit left in the tank, and you're going to see it all left here with this last minute, 20 seconds left.
It'll be a long minute and 20 seconds for the players. It's going to be very exciting for us to watch. Emma Roberts now taking her time. Maddie Robinson driving down court, setting up for her team. Geilinger now with the ball, juking out Riley Lukes from the three-point line, passing it to Johnson. Johnson just barely gets that ball out of bounds on Sandwich, just by the smallest of millimeters.
Yeah, barely just couldn't hold on to it, so that's going to be Plano ball. And Kirby Johnson, and I believe that was Emma Roberts stepping off the court for Sandwich.
Well, Brady Gam rushing down court. We see the Plano press again.
And a strategic foul on number 10 for Sandwich. That's Rachel Gooden. She picks up her second.
Well, Sandwich has a chance to bridge the gap. Well, not Sandwich. Plano has a chance to extend the gap, pardon me.
6 points, 52 seconds currently.
Ball bounces off the backboard. Subbing back in for Sandwich, Kirby Johnson and Emma Roberts, and leaving for Sandwich, Marissa Fuchs and Ashley Geilinger.
3 fantastic rebounders for Sandwich are on the line to try to grab this one and turn this game around.
Well, that's a 7-point lead now. Plano 45-38. Roberts trying to find a way to get around Brady Gann, pass it to Rachel Gooden. Rachel Gooden driving up into the paint, trying to find a way around Shannon Tierney. Alexander Lopez trying to hold on to the ball, gets stolen away by Riley Lukes.
It'll be a jump ball. So that'll go in favor of Plano, who will take it to inbound. 40 seconds left. And it is a 7-point game. Plano will send it deep.
Very, very long pass to Kiana McGee, not making it. And I believe that'll be a call on Rachel Gooden. Yep, a pushing call on Rachel Gooden of Sandwich.
That'll be her third. And Sandwich will draw their 10th.
We're into double bonus now. Kiana McGee nailing that first shot. For her second shot now. Kiana McGee puts it up, bounces off into the hands of Maddie Robinson. Maddie Robinson driving down lane, trying to find a way around Kiana McGee. McGee kind of pulls back. Maddie Robinson found herself right into the face of Shannon Tierney, decided to shoot it anyway, but jump ball called.
Plano playing very smart, making sure they don't foul.
Well, Sandwich holding on to possession now with only 25 seconds remaining. It's an 8-point game. It's really intense. And Plano's actually been the one to pull away at this point now, Evan.
Well, I told you a little bit earlier in the game that Plano was going to be the team here with just the fans behind them and the backing of the fan section, and the fact that it's senior night as Luke's getting a standing ovation as she steps off.
It's really empowering for Plano's team. Gives their players just a little bit more determination too. Maybe a Plano foul now.
Well, the last senior on the court stepped off, being Jones. And Plano looks like they're kind of in a victory formation.
Very relaxed, very relaxed. As Maddie Robinson makes that first free throw. One more to go. You hear a distant voice in the background calling for a rebound. That's what Sandwich wants. Picking up the ball is Alexandra Lopez.
Who's fouled and will grab that rebound with authority. She has had the game of her life this night, even with the Sandwich loss.
It's really impressive, and just to put this into perspective, Alexandra Lopez is a sophomore, one of two on Sandwich's varsity team. Very impressive play from her tonight.
But unfortunately missing the first free throw. That Plano crowd screaming in your right ear cannot be easy to shoot with.
Well, she's got one more. Hopefully she can redeem herself and put it into the face of the Plano student section. Could not put it in the face of the Plano student section. Pulling away with the ball now is Decora Jones. And Brady Gannon fell down to the floor there.
And the jump will go to Plano, so
Rachel Goodman coming in there, couldn't get the ball away. Demetra Phylactos. Well, 8.1 seconds remaining here, and
well, you can tell Sandwich is in a little bit of a desperation mode, trying for the strategic foul. And they've don't want to jinx anything, but they've right now sent the most confident shooter on Plano's bench to the line.
we can definitely see at least one shot made here by Demetra Phylactos. Current score, Plano in the lead, 46 over Sandwich's 39. Couldn't make that first one, but I don't want to. Sorry. Oh, that's fine. I don't want to call it here, but with about a 7-point lead, hopefully my math is correct here. I don't believe Sandwich can come back with just 8 seconds. So we might see a couple of great shots here. Maddie Robinson holds on to the ball now. Emma Roberts shooting it herself, couldn't make it, and that's the end of the game, Evan. The Plano senior girls have won their senior night, 46 over Sandwich's 39, and it was one heck of a game. It was one ride till the very end, too.
Really was. Both teams played some great basketball, and that's really all you can ask to see.
I don't believe Sandwich will be walking away from this game sad. Well, obviously they will, but it was a great game from both sides. Sandwich can't be brought too down as they still have a couple of more games in their season. And as they go on to super sectionals, pardon me, they at least have a chip on their shoulder from playing throughout a good most of the game, a fantastic game of basketball tonight.
It really was. Both teams have nothing to be sad about, and both teams hopefully will make a long drive.
Absolutely. We can only wish both girls' teams the best. From Fox Valley TV, our credits go out to our cameramen Jim Magera and Victor Mejia, our producer Mike Reynolds, and alongside me tonight, Evan Wiseman. I'm Tom Molding from Fox Valley TV.